the League of Nations.
The League of Nations? That was one of Woodrow Wilson's 14 points, wasn't it?
Correct, but importantly, America never actually joined it.
Why not?
Because the majority of Congress believed in isolationism.
That's where a country doesn't get involved in world affairs, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So what exactly was the League of Nations?
The League had many aims, but could be seen as an organisation that was created to maintain world peace after World War I.
That's ambitious. How did the League plan to stop wars?
One of its main methods was known as collective security.
I presume that's where a group of countries club together, so if one of them is threatened, the others will come to their aid.
It is, but that was only one way that the League planned to stop wars.
Go on.
If any member of the League went to war with another country, the League would place sanctions on them.
Sanctions?
This is where they refused to trade with that country until they backed down.
But the aggressor could still trade with non-League members such as America.
That's right, and this was a major weakness of the League.
So did the League have its own army to enforce peace?
No, and this was another major weakness. The League relied on the fact that its members would use their own armies.
That sounds reasonable.
But the problem was that countries were reluctant to use their own armies in conflicts that they had no reason to be involved in.
I get that. And it would also cost a lot of money to send in an army.
Exactly, and this would make it less likely for members to get involved in wars that didn't affect them.
So the League would maintain world peace through collective security and placing sanctions on any country that acted aggressively. But it was weak because it didn't have an army of its own and America never joined it.
Correct. And in relation to stopping wars, another aim of the League was to encourage its members to disarm.
I suppose that would make it difficult to maintain world peace if the League members didn't have the military capacity to fight wars.
True, but the idea was that the League would act as a mediator between countries, helping them to cooperate better and reach agreements before war was inevitable.
That sounds good if both countries wanted to reach an agreement. Earlier, you said that the League had many aims, but these all to do with stopping wars.
No, the League was to have many functions in relation to creating a better world.
Such as?
Well, other aims of the League were to improve world health, to sort out refugee issues, improve rights for women, and tackle the issue of drug addiction.
That is ambitious.
It was. And of course, there were many different organisations within the structure of the League that focused on these different areas, but we'll look at them in the next section.
That makes sense. Revise in manageable chunks.